quite an eventful flight. It was running late, and then we had someone who decided to get very unwell on the plane. Poor thing. A man fainted while he was looking after his little boy, and so therefore there was all confusion on the plane, and then we had to wait for an ambulance to come on board and take him away before we were allowed off, etc., etc. So we're here a lot later, and the traffic here is pretty heavy, as you can see, people dropping off, but my nephew is on his way. So we are in la belle France. Bienvenue à Paris, mon ange. Oui, oui, oui. Oui, oui, oui. So soon we'll be in the company of my lovely French family. Happy to be here, my love?
Yes.
We're so happy. It's a beautiful day for a wedding. Absolutely beautiful, and I'm just so happy that we came. Really, really happy. I've got a terrible cold, so my eyes are all puffy and I've been sneezing away, but anyway, just a wonderful, wonderful time to be back in France in the spring for a lovely occasion, and we just can't wait for the fun to begin now. It's going to be a fun weekend. The wedding place where they're getting married at the mairie is in Ben, and this is the ancient chateau ruins from the 13th century, and they have a farmer who leaves his sheep here, so they tend to the grass, so it's really sweet, and there's little lambs at the moment, and it's an absolutely stunning day for the wedding. We're so happy for them, so happy for my nephew and niece. There's a pathway that we can take so I don't have to walk through the mud. I've just dirtied the heel of my boot.
Le temps que ma collègue...
Ah, le voilà! We have arrived at the wedding destination. Oh my goodness, it's a big old farm. It is. Oh wow, look! That's amazing. C'est grand. Isn't that beautiful? There's olive trees, David. Oh, that's a lovely old farmhouse, isn't it? So when it's a domain, it's like a noble farm.
Et voilà, messieurs, dames.
Merci beaucoup, madame. Merci beaucoup, Noël. Ah oui.
Je suis contente.
Champagne, champagne.
Whisky.
Whisky. I couldn't remember the name of the place, so I walked up to the front gate. La Pépinière Domaine. So that's just as we came in, and it's a huge parking area, as you can see, inside the core, or the center of the great big farm. Just incredible. We're so happy to be here. Bonjour de la France, and we're in.
Beautiful place, isn't
Oh gosh, it's just stunning. And we're about an hour and a half south of Paris.
Yep.
So we've just driven over an hour and a half to get here with Noelle, who is one of the other aunties. So she brought us, and there's going to be about 80 people all together here for the weekend. More people have just arrived. Oh, there's I can see my ex-brother-in-law over in the distance. So this is family from my old family. David's my new family, and that's from my old family. But it's lovely that they've wanted me to be here. I'm so happy. So it's glorious. We're really, really happy to be here in beautiful France, aren't we? And the weather couldn't be more perfect if it tried.
Perfect.
Glorious.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place.
So I've just come into the lovely, beautiful, like this would be the noble farmhouse. It's so glorious. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And this is our little kitchen for the big room or house part that we're staying in, because there are different buildings, as you could see when I drove in. So we have our own kitchen here, and there's beautiful bedrooms. C'est beau, n'est-ce pas? Et oh, regarde ça. Oh mon Dieu, qu'est-ce que c'est beau. Oui. Qu'est-ce que c'est beau, David. Regarde, il y a un piano forte. No. Oh, it's beautiful. Not these shoes. David didn't bring his guitar, but that's the outside of the courtyard where we parked. C'est magnifique, n'est-ce pas? Et les jardins derrière sont... Ah, il y a encore des... Regarde, il y a encore des chambres, quelque chose. We've just come up into the upstairs rooms. There's another really, really cool seating room with a TV. So that's the gorgeous room we just came from downstairs. Look at that. Isn't that glorious? Oh, this is just wonderful. A whole weekend of partying now for the wedding. Back to the more bedrooms. We're just trying to find our name. Lots of lovely bedrooms. The bedrooms are beautiful. Really good. Each one has its own style. They're rustic, but very, very chic. Chic, rustic. Someone's got that one closed. Bathrooms, more bedrooms. That's not us. Another sweet bedroom with a view over the garden. Amore, I think we're definitely in one of the ones. Isn't it beautiful, darling?
It is.
So this is where look at the views out over the culture fields and all this wonderful area here to have a barbecue. Oh, it's awesome. We're just crunching through the gravel here. I just can't get over all the beautiful things we're finding. This great big, that'd be a nice bar. Oh, there's fish. There's goldfish. And look at the beautiful pieces of carved stone. Yeah. David and I are seeing all these beautiful old iron gates that are hanging off the walls that we said one of those would look really good downstairs in our house going into our cantina. That's what we need. Do you think they would miss one if we carried it home with us? Hello, goldfish. So that's where we drove in. And so everyone's just waiting now because the bride and groom should be here any second. And the lovely big yellow buildings where we've got our highly romantic bedroom. David's just calling me over here. Ooh, dining room. We think we found a dining room. Ooh la la. Is the door open? Yes. The sneak peek. Oh, sneak peek. Wow. Beautiful. So this must be dinner perhaps tonight. I'm not sure. Lunch, dinner, I'm not sure what's going on. Looks like it's going to be more dinner, I think.
Yeah, I think it's barbecue first.
Looks like it. Looks like there's a barbecue on first of all, and then it looks like we're having a proper dinner. They did a good job doing that, and there's music coming from the other room, which we saw was the dance hall, and one thing you have to remember, or well, not remember, I don't think I've told you, is that my nephew is a disc jockey, but a DJ that goes all over Europe, and he's pretty well known, and also he does a lot of mixing of music, of house music, of electronic music, like you just heard playing. So there's going to be a lot of music this weekend. Not what David and I perhaps used to dancing to, and me and my little back problems, I won't be jumping up and down to electronic music, but I'm happy to join in the fun, that's for sure. So come on, bride and groom, where are you? Oh, voilà la mariée. There's beautiful Alice, and he. Oh! Mon Dieu! Oh mon Dieu! Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Oh mon Dieu! Les terroristes! And this is my beautiful nephew Cyril, who has come to see.
Une petite serviette.
So we're having a barbecue for lunch
Et c'est parti.
under a beautiful big tree that's just getting its leaves all spring. You enjoying your French barbecue, David? Isn't it awesome? And the background that we have behind us is just amazing. There's lovely Noelle, another auntie that drove us here. It's just perfect. So this is our bedroom at this wonderful place that we're in well, it's an hour and a half south of Paris. And I don't know the name of the actual little hamlet, but it's a beautiful domain, which is like a noble farm, as I mentioned. And we've now found our bedroom, and it's one that I walked by and I went, oh, that's so romantic. I just love the colours and the style. This is beautiful old tomate, what they call tomate in France, on the floor. So beautiful old restored terracotta tiles. Really cute little day bed. Some lovely prints. I'm just loving this old street lamp that's been electrified. It's just gorgeous. And then we have a really pretty chandelier in the other corner, a bit like the one we have in our lounge room at home. And the colours are beautiful, just a lovely muted linens with a touch of Bordeaux. A lovely fireplace opposite the bed with, as David said, the perfectly cracked old mirror. Perfect shabby chic. There are wardrobes there that have even an iron, an ironing board and everything. So you have everything you need, and a really pretty little pot and flower. Some lovely, lovely gardens outside. Now, I'm not going to open the window right now because I just noticed a few wasps around the window and I'm allergic to them. So I'm just going to be careful there. But we are overlooking the wonderful fruit gardens, the little orchard, if you like. You can see lots of fruit trees in blossom there. There's some lovely little lilies, irises, in bloom just below our window. And it's just the most perfect country French blue skied afternoon. It's just gorgeous. We've just had our lovely barbecue lunch. We're going to get changed into something more comfortable. Just relax, stretch a little bit. I need to sort of get up off my chair and stretch my back whenever I can. So we'll just relax and stretch and change and enjoy this wonderful countryside.
Beautiful.
How could you not love this? It's so wonderful. So, so lovely. And very romantic. We've just found this really unusual piece of, we think, old farm equipment. It almost looks like some kind of old container that's standing up on its side where I believe they decorate and stand to be married when people have marriages actually here. And it's directly opposite these wonderful noble gates because, of course, as I said to you, this is a noble farm. So it really is like coming into a chateau in a way through those gates. Who knows? I'm not sure the history of this place, and I'd love to find out because it really is very, very special. And obviously some noble person had this farm at some stage, and these gates are really, really special. So we're just walking over to them, but as you can see, it's just all farmlands, the most beautiful culture fields. That's that bright yellow that you see that they make oil from. And these are quite spectacular, aren't they, my love? Ah, the music has cranked up slightly in the background. David's eating fairy floss. How cute. And it's Bob, Papa, Dad's beard. The Papa's beard. Chin amore mio. Chin. So we are playing a Britain game, which is kind of like the Britain Breton version of pétanque. But you have these little flat discs, and then you stand a certain distance and you have a board. So it's kind of a similar thing, but not, because you're not rolling a ball, you're throwing a disc. Okay, let's go for it, David. Off you go. Let's see how good you are at this. Whoa. Oh, he's going to be good at this. That's not fair. But how many do you throw, darling? Because what about mine? How many do I throw? Oh, I said he's good at it. I actually jinxed him, didn't I? But where are the ones that I throw to be next to yours? I don't understand. Darling, I think you threw too many because, no, you're not meant to, because now mine are meant to be close to yours. Do you know what I mean? Oh, so how many are there? 4 and 4? Okay, so I'll throw those 4. I'll throw those 4. Okay, and then we see if my 4 get anywhere near your 4. And you can see how I go. Okay.
Here we go. Oh.
Get close to your too strong. Too short. Oh, does that win a point? Because I landed on top of you.
I haven't got a clue.
On ne sait même pas comment jouer.
Alors, le but, le petit,
Ok.
c'est le premier qu'on doit lancer.
Oh, ok, on doit être
Oh, you throw that first.
Oui, et après,
8. Ah, so some have got different numbers, see?
Yes, they got different numbers. That was a test run anyway.
et après le but c'est de se... parce qu'en fait, normalement, ça se fait par équipe, je crois.
Ah, et
Le but,
combien...
c'est d'être le plus proche. Hein.
Bonjour, mon amour.
Bonjour. Comment allez-vous?
Moi, je vais très bien aussi. Très bien, merci. Et toi?
Très bien.
Are you enjoying your little afternoon rest?
It is a beautiful room to rest in.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
It's quite romantic, isn't it?
Very romantic.
And this evening we need to have a little rest because this evening it's going to be a massive party from what I understand.
Party. Yeah.
It's going to be massive.
Beef a thump, thump, thump.
Big thumps. That We've just gone past a room where we saw massive amps because these are
Disco.
disc jockeys. So it's going to be party. I think I'm just going to be nodding my head up and down a little bit, darling, because lots of that going on because I can't jump up and down. So yeah, and I've already changed into my sneakers for later. So yeah, no more high heels, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it is very beautiful, isn't it? It's just
Nice.
so lovely.
Did you show them these pictures? They're very nice. I can't think where they
I think I did. I just love the view out the window to the beautiful trees. And
I'm not sure where that cathedral is.
I would have to zoom in, which I just can't do at the moment, but I must have a look up close. Is one of them Venice, actually? Is it Venice?
It could be Venice or it could
Actually,
be...
it looks like San Giorgio in Venice.
Yeah.
Isn't there water in that one as well?
There is water, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're old ones of Venice, my darling.
Could be.
They're really lovely.
There you go.
Yeah, I thought they looked lovely.
That's us, baby.
We do love Venice. It's so nice. Just you and me. And another 80 people. And a whole lot of thumping later on. And we mean the music. I just needed a couple of minutes to rest and stretch my back. And I'm sitting on a couch that looks just like that. And as I sat down, I said to David, oh yes, please. It was at exactly the right position for me. And as you put your head back, so we've got this wonderful view outside of the gardens where we were before. But then we've got a massive Murano glass light above us. And these very, very, very high ceilings. And I'm sat straight next to the fireplace. And it's a big one. It must be awesome here in winter. It's really lovely. So we're almost ready to go for dinner in yet another part of one of these wonderful buildings. But I just needed just 5 minutes of peace and quiet and a little bit of back stretching. And David looks quite happy to be doing the same thing, to be honest with you. There he is. It's raining blossoms. I don't know if you can see. We're sitting here having breakfast, but lunch is already on its way. Another barbecue and lots of leftovers from the wedding, I believe. But every time there's a gust of wind, the blossom tree loses all its petals and it's like snow, beautiful white snow. These people have just gone to bed at 6 a.m. The wedding party themselves didn't go to bed until after 7 a.m. Evidently the music went on and they danced all night. We had a nice night's sleep, I must admit. And now we're just enjoying this beautiful weather because tomorrow they say that it's going back to cold winter weather with rain. So we are making the most of this incredible day. Hello, what are you doing up there? The bridge in the snooker room. What's the room like up there, darling? Is it cool? Oh, someone's in there. Whoops. Whoops. Pardon. Si, pardon. Chilling. Ah, fantastic. Very cool. Well, we're finally on the road from Paris, south of Paris, and I waited until we got out of all the difficult stuff where I was guiding David on all the roads in and out, but we're now on the N20 headed south, and the N20 is the road I would always use when I was living in France to head south towards home, and that's where we're headed, basically towards where I used to live many years ago. But first of all, as we said in our last video, we are going to be heading first of all for a little pit stop today, which is really exciting. We'll probably stop somewhere for a really quick bite of lunch. We're starving already, and we might have to stop somewhere for a snack, and then we're headed off to say hello at Chateau de La Lande, which is so exciting. Are you excited, David? You don't have to
Yay.
Oh yes. Oh yes, he said. Oh yes. We're very excited. We don't know who'll be there.
We're in a little Fiat 500.
We're in our Fiat 500. That was funny, actually. I have to tell you, the girl at the thing said, "Oh, you've got a Fiat 500. You know, they're not very comfortable. Have you driven one?" And I went, "Yes, just for the last 10 years. I love them." And she went, "Oh, okay then."
And they're very comfortable.
She tried to talk us out of our Fiat 500, and I'm going, "No way, do not talk me out of my Fiat 500. Best car on the road." Anyway, we're presently headed south towards Orléans, which is the first main city along this National 20 road. And yes, so I'll give you little intermediate. That's I'm a bit tired. Sorry. I'll give you little updates along the way. And excuse me if I'm not speaking English correctly. I've been speaking French for 3 days straight with Italian thrown in, and my brain is fried on top of partying and all the rest. So excuse my very mixed up brain at the moment. Here we are, and I thought I would give you a little bit of an update as we go along. So, as I said in the last little video, we had stopped for a bite of lunch, and we're going by a whole lot of, I don't know if you can see them on the windows, of more of those windmills. They're just everywhere, all over the countryside here in France, which is a great thing to see, that they have the renewable energy everywhere. But it was to say that on the other phone, which has the GPS, that we are exactly 1 hour right now, 1 hour to our destination, which is Chateau de La Lande. And I'm just super excited, and I'm sure a lot of you out there that love Chateau de La Lande as much as I do would feel the same way. So that's why I thought I must share it with you, because as we got closer and closer, I was just getting more and more excited and thinking, oh my gosh, it's kind of a little bit surreal when you watch something on a vlog for several years, and then all of a sudden you think, gosh, I'm really going to turn up in their driveway. I'm going to drive down that little road and see the chateau like people do, and I'm going to drive in on the gravel and see the trees and see the chapel. And they've kindly said, so I think this afternoon it sounds like lovely Marie is going to be meeting up with David and I, and we're going to be seeing the chapel, because I asked if we could also see where our stars were, and we're going to look at the gardens and everything else. If it's not raining, we're having a bit of yucky weather today, on and off, so we'll see how that goes. But we are really, really, really excited, and whatever we get to see, whatever we get to do, we will be grateful and happy. We're just so happy to be going there, full stop. and Nati told me when she was having the day off today, so I won't be meeting her, which was a shame because I've been chatting to her backwards and forwards. Lovely lady. So thank you so much, Nati. And I believe Philip and Stephanie are actually away today, from what I've understood. So, and this is what happens, you know, they're very busy. Obviously, it's their tourist season now as well, their guest season for the rooms, and they're busy going places and doing things. So we had no expectations whatsoever. We were just grateful and happy for whatever came our way. So in under an hour now, and we'll be there. I'll show you what happens. We're coming through the village of Le Chat, which is very, very close to the chateau, of course. You would have heard Stephanie and Philip and the others come into this village. So it takes us, the route takes us right through the heart of the village, which was interesting. I wasn't expecting that, but it's really, really sweet. And there's little flags up as if they've had some kind of festival or something like that. David and I are dying for a coffee. We've been going since this morning with only an instant coffee this morning, and we both need a caffeine shot. So we're hoping we can have a shot of caffeine somewhere, maybe here before we get to the chateau. We really, really need it. Such a pretty town. Gosh, it's really lovely. We're seeing so many beautiful buildings. Really, really lovely. It's a long way to come to Chateau de La Lande, just so you all know. It's kind of off the beaten track as far as France goes. It's not in an area that most people would ever travel through, to be honest with you, unless they were coming especially to see someone. So it's quite a long drive. We've been driving for many hours since this morning, but luckily it's not too far from where I used to live, so I haven't got a big way to go afterwards. Oh, that's a beautiful building. Look at that, David. Gosh. That's magnificent.
Courthouse by the looks of it.
It does look. What is it? I can't see what it says on the front.
Oh,
No, it's beautiful.
Justice.
Oh, it's the Palais de Justice. So it's the old courthouse. Yeah. And then lovely houses on the corner there. Oh my gosh, David, we're here.
Yeah.
It's been a journey. Oh my goodness, I can hardly believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment has arrived. We're arriving at Chateau de La Lande. And it's beautiful. Oh, and the fountain is running. They were working on the fountain the other day. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, look at that. I suppose we just drive straight on in. It's so pretty. Well, good afternoon. Bon après-midi. We've left Chateau de La Lande and we are now on the way south, and we're headed southwest towards my little village where I used to live of Treignac in the department of Correze. We've just left the area where La Lande is, which is literally on the borderline of the Limousin area, the province, and this is called Creuse, La Creuse, which is the other department. So in each big province, if you like, there's smaller departments. So I was living in Correze, that's where we're headed. We are now in Creuse, and for example, Limoges, where the porcelain factories are, where you often might have seen Stephanie go as well. If you watched the Chateau Diaries, I used to actually work in Limoges, and I was a teacher for the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I also worked at the university in Limoges, and I also did translating for the porcelain industry. So that is in Haute-Vienne. So they're the three départements of the Limousin, and we're headed south, and it's a little bit dark now. We're here later in the day than what we kind of planned on being, but that's fine. We'll arrive in Treignac in perfect time to check into our beautiful bed and breakfast, and then head straight to dinner at a lovely restaurant that has been booked for us. So just time to freshen up and go for a really delicious dinner. Well, we're under 10 minutes away now from the village that I once lived in. It's very nostalgic for me. I said to David I might get quite emotional, I think, over the next couple of days, because I spent such an important part of my life here, and it's been such a long time, and I'm going to be seeing lots of people I haven't seen for over 2 decades, and also just reliving the beautiful nature here and seeing things that are familiar from so long ago. It's quite wonderful, and David's being so wonderful about it. He's so supportive, and he's really loving the nature and the journey here, and it's been a big day today, but we're going to have a beautiful dinner when we get there, and yeah, I'm just really excited and looking forward to it. So I'm just looking down at the other screen, we've got 8 minutes to go. 8 minutes to go. We're arriving via the Lake Road into Treignac, and this is Lac des Barrius, and it's a beautiful lake. It's actually a dammed lake, but it's on the river La Vézère, And just down there, we just went past, you can actually go down and there's a beach in summertime. You can see the barrage or the dam just over there. There's the beach, actually in the beach house, and I'm able to see a little bit. There you go. And a very popular swimming spot in summertime. It's wonderful. And there's a small camping ground across the road. And yeah, spent many a happy day many years ago in summertime there. It's lovely, and it's literally just on the edge of the village. You'll see we're just about to arrive in about 2 minutes time. There's a little hotel there, Hotel du Lac, that's been there for a long time. And now we are just entering. Someone's been funny and gone around and put all the names of the villages upside down. So we have just entered Treignac. This is where we're going to actually have dinner tonight. Hotel La Brasserie, which is beautiful. Let me just, there we go. And down to the right, down to the right of me is La Vézère River. So that's the river just down below here, all the way along here. And the majority of the village is up behind us here now, you'll see. It's a hilltop town, but it goes down to the river and back up the other side as well. I've got goosebumps. Here we go. Some things have changed. No, it looks the same, exactly the same. That looks exactly the same. That was the cafe just here. I think it's still the cafe. Looks like it might still be the cafe. Yes. Oopsie. And the pharmacy's still there. Oh, that's a new shop there. Now, we would normally go up there. Oh, that's okay. Go straight ahead, David. That's fine. I was thinking we might go around the block anyway, because look at all the flags. The Pétanque ground is just down there. We're going to turn here, left here, darling, on the square. This is the main square with the fountain in the centre. Oh, there's something going on in the square. There's a bit tense. I don't know if there's something going on. We're going to go straight ahead because we're going to come in from the top. That would be easier for the parking, I think. No, straight at the top. Yeah. That's to right in the centre there is like the central part where I used to live, but you'll see that later. We're going to find parking first. That's one of the really old churches there. I'll show you a lot better obviously outside of the car, but I just wanted to film coming in. So let's go left here. Good thing we weren't going right because it's blocked off. And then just up where you can see those big trees there, darling, that should be a little square where we can just turn left there. I remember all the streets. I lived here long enough. Just after it. So you can see there's a little entrance just here into this little square. So we might just park the car here because I think it's just down behind. But it might be easier if we go and find the place first. So if you just want to pull over anywhere at all. Just arrived in our room. We've already made a mess because we're running to dinner. But I did want to show you before I undid the bed and everything else. And look at this beautiful chandelier. It's a beautiful room on the top floor of a lovely chambre d'hôte in Treignac. Look at that fireplace, which is now storage and hanging space. We have a little mini bar there. This includes breakfast where we're staying. And there's a gorgeous bathroom, which I'll show you tomorrow. And then that would be an old room to the tower. But we're right opposite the village tower, the lookout tower, which is just in front there. And it looks over all the rest of the village. I'll show you again properly in daylight because it's getting a bit dark. But I used to live just down behind that road and to the right. So we'll be going through the village and going for a walk, obviously. But now we have to rush off to dinner. Otherwise, we'll miss our beautiful first dinner in Treignac. And they're quite strict on people's arrival times, evidently, because they're very busy. So let's get going. First impressions of Treignac, my darling.
Beautiful little town. Yeah. I love the stonework and the old buildings, and hotel, the rambling house.
Our chambre d'hôte, yes. I know, it's really quirky, isn't it?
It's quirky, but
yeah.
It's beautiful.
And what about this restaurant tonight?
Yes.
We're in a very romantic restaurant that's filling up by the moment. We managed to get a booking, but it's called La Brasserie, and it's in the most magnificent building that we drove by. I kind of tried to show you as we were driving in. Well, this is a first for me. When I lived in Correze, we didn't have Correzian wines. So I'm not sure when this started, but David and I are drinking my first ever Correzian wine. The label is 1001, so 1001 pierre, which means stones, 1001 stones. And this particular wine is Treignac, and it's beautiful. So it's a red wine, and it's a Cabernet Merlot and a third grape which we can't find on the bottle, and I've forgotten what the man said now, but it started with an F, and I'm pretty familiar with a lot of grapes, but it didn't ring a bell to me now, and I can't remember what he said. But I tell you what, bravo Correze on your first I think maybe your first vineyard ever, because I don't know of any others. We'll see if there are any others. But what a beautiful wine. It really is such a lovely soft, it's really soft on your palate. It's a really lovely wine.
The Merlot is definitely
yes,
mellowing that taste.
it really it's yes, very mellow, darling. Yeah, beautiful. So we're really happy with our choice. We've just got a bubbly water from Auvergne. We were going to get the Treignac water because Treignac now bottles its sensational water. It's got about the purest water you'd find, but it's a flat water, and we like bubbly with our meal, so we'll get some of that and have during the day. I've ordered the magret de canard. And oh, voila, we're getting something before. Oh, que c'est beau ça. Mais merci bien.
Au foie gras, avec une verrine de boulgour, noisettes et crabe.
Oh mon Dieu. Merci, monsieur. We're being spoiled. That is crème brûlée de foie gras, David. And that has crab, moulu, it's a fish, I think, with crab, and something else that I missed, sorry, but gosh, I think he's spoiling us. But, bon appétit, mon amour. Bon appétit. Listen to David, bon appétit.
Tasty.
Let me see what your reaction is. Good. Oh, I'm going to have to put down the phone and eat. Goodness me, I just said to David, in Correze, it is not nouvelle cuisine. They do serve you well, and this is in a very refined restaurant, but you get a really good serving. Now, this is a half. I didn't take the full one because I didn't think I'd finish it tonight, but it's magret de canard, which is a really beautiful local dish of beautiful duck breast, which is cooked and preserved under goose fat normally, and then warmed through again when you eat it. It's usually kept sous vide in the meantime. And I have some wonderful veggies here that I'm not sure what they are, to be honest with you. There's beautiful carrots, roasted carrots, mushrooms, carrot. There's a puree underneath, but I'm not sure what vegetable it's going to be. I'm not sure about these ones here. That almost looks like Jerusalem and artichoke. It could be, because they eat that a lot here. And David took the what was it again? The côté de cochon. So it's a pork rib, but a really lovely big piece of pork by the looks of things, again with incredible puree and the veggies and things mixed with that as well. So again, we're happy we didn't actually order anything else, because he brought us those beautiful free entrees, if you like, and we've been given a beautiful little they break their own bread. So considering we were going to eat a light dinner, this is light for Correze. Chin chin. Bon appetit, darling. Well, that was quite a dinner. We loved that. The food was glorious. It was a lovely ambiance inside. As you can see, this is the outdoors. I just wanted to show you before we went home what a beautiful sky we have now. And thank goodness it's not raining. So this is a really beautiful terrace. which you can just imagine with pretty lights, and it's got the awnings that come out that I've seen in photos online. Beautiful terrace for having aperitifs or eating lunch or a summer dinner. And we saw there were other garden areas beyond where you can sit as well. So really, really lovely place. Thumbs up to the brasserie in, so it's Hotel La Brasserie restaurant in Treignac sur Vézère in Correze. And we're really, really, really impressed. Lovely staff as well. The gentleman running the place, he said it's been in his family for, I think, 5 or 6 generations. And it wasn't like this, as I said. But he said that his mother at one stage decided to spend a whole lot of money, and it really shows. Inside it's beautifully done. The acoustics are amazing. We were saying how it didn't matter how many people came in, we still felt like we were in a little cocoon and could just talk to each other in a soft whisper and be heard. Lovely and warm and cozy, great food, beautiful wine, everything about it. Really, I would give it a really great rating, and I hope they do extremely well because they really deserve it. Bonjour from lovely, lovely Treignac. This is the view out my window. It's cold. I've opened the window up. The air's really cold, but it's so cozy inside. So we're in a lovely bed and breakfast on one of the little roads that runs. It's like one way through the village. It's like does a circle, and we're directly opposite the, I think it's 16th century. I'll have to double check. 16th century lookout tower, which was the highest point in the town, in the village, of course, that has the little post office attached to it now. And the only ugly building, I would say, in the entire village that was always an eyesore to me, because it was the only thing they ever built, I think, back in the 70s, whereas everything else is lovely and ancient and in stone. So I can't lean out very far, but our room is kind of right next to the turret of the house. And it's a lovely B&B called Patatouille. I'll put the details, of course, in the description. Lovely Belgian lady with her English husband that run that. So they speak fluent English, of course. She speaks several languages, and really warm welcome. We've just had breakfast in the downstairs room, which I'll be showing you on the ground floor, with a big fireplace roaring. Lovely breakfast. There's beautiful rooms to sit by fireplaces all throughout the house. And as you've already seen my bedroom, it's really lovely and great value, and the breakfast was wonderful. So now we're going to, because we've got a break in the weather, look at that, some blue sky, we're going to quickly brush our teeth, run outdoors, have a lovely walk around and discover a little bit more of the village. Or for me, it's a rediscovery tour. Lots of nostalgia.